He's won more major championships than anyone in the history of professional bowling. Tonight, the 6-time Player of the Year, Jason Belmonte, goes for major number 14. But is Belmo really the man to beat here in Texas? Or is it our rival, Sean Rash, ready to collect his first major in a decade? It's the PBA Players Championship. Next. This is it, bowling fans. This is it. Time to crown the first major winner of the 2022 PBA season. The final leg of the PBA Players Championship from Valero in Euless, Texas, outside Dallas. 5 regional champions are here from the East, the South, Midwest, Southwest, and West, competing for big prize money and a piece of bowling history. What a lineup, what a night. Welcome to Euless, outside Dallas. Great to have you with us, Dave Ryan, alongside the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson, RP. We have so many themes, so many storylines, so many headlines, led by Jason Belmonte going for major number 14.
Yeah, isn't that incredible? I mean, I'm not sure I ever would have thought anyone would get to 14 majors, but this guy can tonight. And he was absolutely amazing in the Western Finals of that region, averaging 254, climbing the ladder, and you could see just the determination and recommitment in his eyes. I mean, I'm not sure I've ever seen him sharper than he was that night.
Away from bowling for so long, in Australia last year, the birth of his daughter, and now he's here. He's motivated, clearly, and ready to win yet another major championship. All right, so last night, the seeding round, interesting with the 5 bowlers, a 3-game total pinfall to see who would be the top seed.
Yeah, it really was kind of a 2-man show with Belmonte and Rash. They kind of separated themselves from the other 3 players. Belmonte got off to that hot start, had the lead in game 1, and then it was all Sean Rash in game 2. But this came down to the wire, and it wasn't 1 but 2 7-10 splits that would end up costing Jason Belmonte the number 1 seed. Sean Rash stepped up in the 10th frame and needed this strike to clinch it, and he did just that. He is the tournament leader and the number 1 seed going into tonight.
The final 5, Graham Faw will take on Tommy Jones. The winner, the 3rd seed, Arturo Quintero. Belmo's number 2 in the top seed, as we just saw, Sean Rash going for his 3rd career major. Speaking of whom, Randy, we've got to document what happened in the regional final. Looked like he was going to lose late. He definitely lost his cool. Now he's got to move forward.
Yeah, he really does. Let's take a look at what happened.
3 for 3. Integrity one day. Yeah, I said it. I don't give a shit.
Well, and here's a statement from Commissioner Tom Clark. Listen, it wasn't a proud moment for Sean, and he knows that. He did apologize, and you know what? He dusted himself off, and he is the tournament leader coming into tonight. You know, look, whether you love him or hate him, there's no denying his talent. I mean, this guy may have one of the best touches on tour, and he will be in the Hall of Fame someday. And I'm wondering if he's going to use this, or how much he can use this as motivation for tonight.
That is a great question. Let's learn more with Sean Rash, our top seed, joined now by Kimberly Preston.
Thanks, Dave. So, Sean, as you just saw the incident that they just replayed, you have been the center of controversy all this week. But I got to say, last night in the seeding round, you looked determined. How much of this are you using as motivation to get this number 1 spot?
I think every athlete uses controversy and setbacks as motivation. So, you know, I'm going to accept my probation, my suspension, my fine, move forward. For me, it's 3 extra days to be home with my family and change some diapers and get ready for the next event after it happens.
Well, there has been a lot of talk, especially on social media, about it. How much has that affected you? Is there more weight on your shoulders?
No, not at all. Those people that are talking about me just continues to fuel the fire to be better out here on the lanes, continue to give back to the sport that I do every day with clinics and scholarship money all over the world. And my true support team's my family.
In 2012 was the last time that you won a major. Is 2022 the next time you win your 3rd major?
I would like so. It'd be nice to cap off the 3rd major tonight. I've got 10 pins to knock down on 2 different lanes on challenging conditions. 4 unbelievable players that have all got here through their respective regions. And hopefully we put on a great show for everyone that's watching at home and here in the crowd.
All right, we'll see you in the final match. Guys?
Kimberly, Sean, thanks so much. The odds to win provided by Fox Pet. The favorite, Sean Rash. to win the Players' Championship this year in Euless, Texas. First match of the night, Graham Faw, originally from Guelph, Ontario, now lives in Ohio, head-to-head with a Hall of Famer, Tommy Jones. We can't wait.
Bowling out of Southwest Bowl in Urbana, Ohio, the 2016 Players Champion, PBA East Region Champion, Graham Faw.
He was your #1 seed in the East Region qualifier that featured players like Bill O'Neill and Kyle Troop. Patrick Dombrowski, man, gave them all they wanted. He climbed the ladder, but only to run into a buzzsaw. Faw wins 259-192 to earn the East #1 seed.
Arsenal for Graham tonight. The one title we talked about was a major this event. 2016 starts his night left lane. And all 10 back. Graham Faw. Great beginning.
He rolls out of Golden Lanes in Simpsonville, South Carolina, South Region Champion and PBA Hall of Famer, Tommy Jones.
Tommy Jones coming out of the South Region, and what a match against Storm and Norman Duke. But it was all Tommy Jones. He takes down the wee Iceman 268-242. Jones made it look simple. He said it was anything but.
Arsenal for TJ tonight.
Looks like urethane on the right lane. I'm checking. Purple hammer on the right lane for Tommy Jones, so he's going to start with urethane.
Starts with a 10-pin. We talked about reducing ball speed, throwing it slower, changing his style a bit as he gets older. But Randy's still effective.
Oh, he's still got plenty in the tank.
He told us this week he's been adapting. His game has evolved over the years. It's great to see this Hall of Famer back under the bright lights of TV, going for another major. Been a while. 07 TOC. Last major title for TJ.
Obsession Tour Gold on the right lane for Tommy Jones.
The 7 down, the 10 down. A strike for Jones.
I just saw a flag thrown for unnecessary roughness on the 10 pin.
That 15 yards.
Watch this. Head pin to the sidewall. Oh, send the 10 pin to the blue tent.
Big shot early. Every shot so critical.
And to think how excited I was, and Tommy just, okay, it's a strike.
Back to the lefty. Graham Faw. Perfect shot in the 1-2 pocket.
Faw using Black Widow urethane on that right lane as we take a look at our oil pattern. And there goes the machine. A couple different ways to play the chameleon. You can go pretty straight for first couple of games, and then it opens up and you can throw to it. And last night in the seeding round, we watched the right-handers play pretty straight in between first and second arrow. Graham Faw, he has the left side of the lane to himself. And that's Quantum Evo Solid on the left lane. Two different balls for both players.
Different approach. Different oil pattern. It was dual pattern in a major. What a challenge. Two great shots from Faw.
Little sandpaper to the inside of that thumb hole for Jones to kind of rough it up just a little bit, give him a nice feel. But very unusual way he puts his hand on the ball. Thumb in first, twists his hand and gets his fingers in those finger grips. Watch this. Typically it's fingers first, thumb second.
Oh. Okay, blocked there. Didn't quite like it.
That was me.
He owned it.
After all that, with a build up and thumb.
He owned it. me, I would have blamed it on you.
My fault?
Yeah.
"43 years young. His 22nd year on tour. One of the all-time greats. This guy's 17-6. TV title matches. Once he got everything straight, all good for TJ in the right lane.
A little surprised that he's the 4 seed. I mean, he dominated his region, the South region. Nobody close.
That's why I love the format, RP, because you have the 5 regional champs, then you have the seeding round. 3-game total pinfall, so kind of a restart. Gives everyone a chance to grab that top seed, which is so important. Just the one match for Sean Rash.
Nobody dominated a region like he did. He led by almost 300 over Norm Boot.
Former player of the year. Voted the 30th greatest player all time. PBA history back in '09. Man, am I right on that list as well? Mr. Manny Peterson. Mr. Tommy Jones. Looking good. Dual oil pattern. Both lanes. Success.
Urethane on the right lane, reactive resin on the left lane. It's like the difference between, what, like a Volkswagen and a Ferrari in terms of strength?
What kind of Volkswagen? Like a Bug?
No, like a new one.
Jetta?
Yeah, like a new one.
Okay.
You know, something that has a little pick-me-up.
Little kick?
Yeah.
All right, Grandpa, perfect start here. Randy looking for the front 4. You better believe it. It's left, he's locked in.
Boy, we sure didn't see this last night. He really struggled.
Not now, Randy.
No.
Not now. Started bowling at age 2 up in Guelph, Ontario, Canada. Did not play hockey, did not play lacrosse, didn't do curling, you know, traditional Canadian sports. Always loved bowling. Oh, man.
He is locked in.
Woo! And super southpaw. A front 5 to begin this first match tonight.
I don't know about you, but I know what comes after 5 in a row.
6.
Yeah, but not just that. Not just any 6.
Could it be a 6-pack?
Maybe.
Possibly.
I bet you talk about it when we come back from break.
Not only elected to the Hall of Fame and inducted, but won the same weekend with a 300-game Hollywood script stuff for Tommy Jones in Arlington, Texas. There he is tonight, trying to keep up with Graham Faw. Great shot, right lane.
Tommy Jones about 3 boards different at the arrows on these 2 different oil patterns. Remember, 39 feet on the right lane, 45 on the left. One of the things we saw last night in the seeding round was Sean Rash playing right. And all week long, there was only one player that did that, and that was Norm Duke. All the other players played in on the longer pattern until last night's seeding round, where just about everybody was playing to the right after watching what Sean Rash was doing.
After one of his 2 re-racks, left lane. Ooh, that comes in off the mark and leaves a lot.
Bad shot, Tommy.
They were plenty right of where that last shot was for Tommy Jones.
3, 4, 6, 7.
Get it over here to the right side of the 3-pin, cut it in to the 4 and the 7.
Stop the 4-bagger. 21% efficiency at this level. Best bowlers in the world. This is a tough conversion for Tommy Jones. Can he pull it off? No. 4-7 up. Time for a break from Euless, Texas. What a start for Graham Faw, who's been awesome with a front 5. Thinking about the front 6 and 7 when we return. Match number 1, Players Championship. Hey, you know good when you win.
Hey, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
Oh, it's time for a six-pack alert.
Oh, here we go. If Graham strikes here, he wins $1,000, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please remember to drink responsibly. The six-pack alert. There's the six-pack.
Crack open a six-pack, baby!
Way to go, Graham Fall.
Hey, look, I know Canadian beer is good, but Pabst Blue Ribbon is better.
He's as focused as you can be right now. That's all he's thinking about. Front six. You're only halfway home, but there have been 32. Televised 300 games. $10,000 bonus if he can go the other half.
Well,
see how he got here. Long way to go.
There goes that.
Long way to go. Chris Vai had 2 300 games last year. It's pretty awesome. We call one in suburban Detroit. All right, 7 up, 7 down. As nice a young man as you'll ever find out here on tour. The Super Bowl 56. It all kicks off at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
I land at like 6:30. I'm turning my phone off.
Oh.
I don't want any updates, any alerts, any texts from friends.
All those alerts that you get on your phone these days?
Until I get home. That's why I'm turning my phone off.
Rams. Huge LA Rams fan. Good luck to your team tomorrow, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Excited for you. Should be a great game. Jones. Nope.
He's right in that in-between zone. You know, we saw the players last night in the seeding round playing farther to the right. Early on during this qualifying, when these players were trying to win their regions, they played that deeper line. And now, right now, that shot there was kind of in between the two for Jones.
2-10, 10 up, open frame.
Come on, kid.
Lead expands now for Graham Fall.
Oh, you heard Tommy say, come on, kid. He's pulling for Graham. It's all but over mathematically. And now he's rooting for this man right here to bowl a 300 game.
Pretty exciting last few months. Graham and wife Jennifer welcoming baby Skylar. He's welcoming in the front 8. Keeps it going. Perfection still for Graham.
Let's take a look at 3D action and how Graham is playing these two oil patterns. Red ball on the left lane, blue ball on the right lane. And you can see it's 9 boards difference at the arrows, and then 9 at the break point. So completely different 2 patterns.
Can he stay perfect? Left lane, Graham Fall.
Yeah, yeah,
baby. 10.
Yeah.
Here we go, Randy. Here we go. Front 9. 3 away from perfection. Wife Jennifer's here. Tommy Jones. Latter stage of the match. He'll finish this one out. We saw Jennifer a moment ago. Graham told us that she was so instrumental in keeping him going in what he calls the drought. About 3 years, didn't cash much. Thought about quitting the PBA Tour. She was a big motivational factor in staying out there, trying to get his game back to a championship level, and he's done that. Oh, by the way, closing in on a possible 300. Great showing here in Euless for TJ.
Yeah, TJ right now just trying to get out of the way.
Perfect shot. Tommy talked to us this week about his ability to change the ball roll, slowing things down, adjusting his game, and it worked all the way through this show. It ran to a buzzsaw, to be sure, with Graham Fall. 219 for Tommy. 3 shots away now for Graham Fall for a perfect game. Chasing 300 alert, Randy. You hear the sirens. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Pull over, bowling fans. Pull over and watch. It's over already. He'll advance. Looking for another one. No! 6 pin stands. No 300, but a win for Graham Faw.
Yeah, just a little inside. Just one board in, according to Strike Track. And a great start, great opening game for Graham Faw.
Uto was such a huge fan growing up of PB3, Parker Bowen III, fellow lefty, and of course the Hall of Fame legend. What did he do to get out of that drought, as he called it? He shortened his arm swing, learned how to release the ball in different ways, became more versatile depending on the conditions he talked about, and well, it all came together for him.
And I think the other biggie is he changed equipment companies to something that he felt matched his game better, which, as you know, can be all the confidence you need.
Winning combination. And the full house here at Euless is rocking right now. Next up, Arturo Quintero. Gonna be fun to watch him against Graham Faw. It's on the way here on FS1. Here are your current Kia PBA playoff standings. Entering tonight, PBA Players Championship Finals. Presented by Snickers. Players earn points throughout the season, and the top 16 will advance to compete in the Kia PBA playoffs starting in April. Lots of great bowlers there. Lots of great bowlers here. How about Graham Faw, Randy Peterson? The front nine, an impressive win over the Hall of Famer Tommy Jones, 279 to 219. This was over early.
Well, I mean, it took about 6 frames, but Tommy Jones opened twice on the left lane. In Arturo's match against Dom Barrett to get into this, he opened twice on the left lane. I think that's going to be key for the right-handers. Don't let Graham Faw get hot. He's the only lefty on tonight's telecast.
Arturo Quintero is next, looking to make some history. Joined now by Kimberly Presley.
He absolutely is. So, Arturo, with a win here tonight, you would be the first athlete from Mexico to win a major championship. Put into words what that means to you.
Wow, that will be the only thing I have to say is that will be a blessing for me, for my family, for my country, and all of my friends all over the world.
Well, you have been a great representation of Mexico so far. I just saw you taking your practice shots. How's it looking out there?
I'm feeling great.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Arturo is clearly focused. His family is here. And we are ready for great bowling. Coming up, Quintero, Graham Faw, head-to-head match number 2, PBA Players Championship from here in Euless, Texas. To begin the show tonight, 63 total titles, 18 majors between our final 5. Only 1 title for Graham Faw. Only, well, no title for Arturo Quintero. Lion's share, Belmonte and Rash combining for 42. Quite a game for Graham to open things up against the Hall of Famer. Left lane. Oh, yeah. Stays sizzling hot.
Bowling out of the Plano Super Bowl in Plano, Texas, the PBA Southwest Region champion, Arturo Quintero.
Arturo Quintero coming out of the Southwest region. He was the number 2 seed, took on Dom Barrett. He threw a 5-bagger in the middle of that game, held on, and really wasn't much of a contest. He beats Dom Barrett 207 to 179. I think he was happy.
Was he ever pumped up? What a great guy to talk to, too. Family is here. Splits his time, as you see, his arsenal between Mexico and Texas.
Going with a Nova on the right lane. You see his arsenal.
Arturo gets started. Almost at 7-10, but the 7-pin only stands for him. Best finish last year, 31st at the U.S. Open.
Wide open shoulders, high backswing, cupped wrist, and then really launches on it. See the rotation. He's covering some territory on that right lane.
Cross lane, 7-pin, got it. Here, a pin drop in here, it's quiet. Sold out house for Arturo. You guys documented your broadcast earlier this week about his long time away from bowling in the restaurant entertainment business in Mexico. Missed bowling so much, makes the comeback. 43 years old, going for his first ever title, but he's won a lot internationally for Mexico. He's won all over the world. He's won cars. He's won bars of gold. Bottom line, in our discussions with him, he loves the sport. Left lane. Yep.
Wow, he just carved that rack in half. Here comes the splitter. The good pin and carry on that left lane. So he starts with a tap and then a strike. Here's Graham.
Whoa, big
my
four.
Goodness.
There goes that hot streak. Okay.
Well, the Big Four has only been made one time on television. That was by Walter A. Williams Jr. some years back. I believe it was in Atlanta somewhere.
Long time. Yep. Norcross, Georgia, I think, just outside Atlanta.
Yeah.
1% chance to make it, and Walter A. will still be the only one. 6-10 up, open frame for Graham, and a big shift early in the second match of the night.
The statistics brought to you by Lane Talk. For more information, visit lanetalk.com.
2016 Players Championship, first ever Canadian-born player ever to win in the PBA Tour. Pretty cool. And in our discussions with him this week, really proud of that. And I'm sure proud of that shot. Nice bounce back from the Big Four. Strike in the left lane.
He likes that lane. He's going to have to make an adjustment on the right lane. He was perfect, 5 for 5 in game one on the left. Still 5 for 6 on the right lane. He's pretty good on both lanes, game one.
Arturo in the restaurant entertainment business for a long time in Mexico, and he said, look, I was doing really well. But then I kept thinking, what if I'd stayed with it? Would I be a big-time PBA superstar now? He was called back to the game. Eventually returned, and here he is. Wife and kids are here watching. See that big shot? I mean, right, it's a passion for the sport. You know it, Randy.
No, absolutely. I mean, especially at age 43, right? It's like he's like a rookie again. There's his beautiful family. Arturo using the same ball in both lanes, the same strategy he used to win the Southwest Region Finals.
Okay.
Took down the top seed, Dom Barrett, in the regional championship from Great Britain. Looks for the turkey, 34-pin lead, left lane. Oh, 9-pin.
Oh my gosh.
What the? Good shot.
Okay.
Good shot.
Now the ball goes right through the 1-3 pocket and right by the 9-pin. That's gross. Give that 9-pin a Snickers.
I mean, just by a fraction. So close. Man. 9 pins, single pin spare conversion got back, so missed the chance to go up by 33 pins, but still ahead. Off of the Grandpa open frame.
Winner of this match gets the #2 seed, Jason Belmonte. So our next 2 matches, all international. Sean Rash waiting for whoever advances to the title match.
Nope. Back to Graham. Yeah. 2-4.
Well, Strike Track says that Graham moved just 1 board at the laydown, basically where the ball's coming into contact with the lane. I think he needs to move about 3 or 4. So struggles for Graham far early here in game 2 on the right lane. He gets to finish the match on the right lane.
Former Central Region Player of the Year. Went to Urbana College in Ohio. That program, unfortunately, in the school is shut down after COVID. A great collegiate career before getting going on the PBA Tour.
Cecil, he hasn't missed yet on the left lane, has he? No, he's perfect on the left lane. So great strategy by Arturo to make him finish the match on the right lane. Remember, the higher seed gets the choice of starting lane and finish.
Okay. Vamos confiante. Vamos.
Foz got to figure out that right lane. Arturo's got to keep on trucking. Up 23 pins, works on a spare 5th frame. Well done. Well done.
There's a beauty here. Look at that deep inside line. Just to the right of 5th arrow, 24th board at the arrows. Remember, we talked about the 2 different ways to play that right lane. The shorter pattern, you can go straight with your urethane, or you can move in and open it up with reactive resin. And Quintero is doing exactly that. He's inside and wheeling it to the right.
Different pattern, left lane, different approach. Nice result for Arturo Quintero. Blast the 1-3 pocket. And he's looking good here, Randy, with a nice lead halfway home.
Well, this shot is about as good as you can throw it, and he knew it as soon as he left his hand. As Graham Faw loves the left lane, hates the right lane, all Quintero after 6.
Graham Faw head-to-head. Arturo Quintero. Graham's wife Jennifer is here. Right next to the Quintero family. I think everyone's having a good time, right?
Yeah, especially the guy that just walked by with 2 Pabst Blue Ribbons. Hey, you know what? This is the biggest shot of the game right here for Graham Faw. Back-to-back shots that went high on the right lane. Big split, the big 4 in the 2nd, and then the 2-4 in the 4th. He's changing balls. Looks like Black Hammer.
It's the right lane. Let's see, Randy. Look a little bit off the mark in the 1-2 pocket. 7 will not fall.
So he didn't move his feet or target. He just ball changed and still went high. He's giving Arturo Quintero a lot of breathing room. I just think that Graham has to get out of that laydown area because I think the strong aggressive urethane has beat up the front part of the lane.
All right, figured it eventually.
Lane's transitioning, things are changing as the evening progresses after that tremendous start in the first match with Tommy Jones, the front nine for Graham. Monty's the 2 seed, Sean Rash the top seed. I mean, wow, talk about headliners. Both bound for the Hall of Fame. Both hungry for another major in their great careers. Wow. Tap on the 7, down it goes.
Just absolutely beating up that left lane is Graham Faw, but the right lane,
It's so early.
big trouble. Quintero steps up on the right lane as Graham Faw is having a conversation with his tour rep. Quintero has been within 0.4, so just less than a half an inch at the arrows with every shot he's thrown on the right lane.
That is extraordinary accuracy. Love the breakdown RP. Right lane, here we go again. Inside deep. Looking good. Looking really good. 43-pin lead.
And here's how he's playing left lane, right lane. Right lane, he's 12 deeper at the laydown. You can see the difference as the balls cross the arrows, and then the break point's a little bit different as well, along with the entry angle. But I mean, look at this number right here and right here. I mean, 9 boards at the arrows, big difference. But this is right in his wheelhouse. He loves doing this.
He's got a level lead right now. Looks for the 4-bagger. Looks for the 53-pin lead. Here's the left lane. Here's the shot. There's the strike. Lead balloons again for Arturo. He's rocking tonight.
You see just how accurate he was on that shot. 8.1, 8.2. It doesn't get any better than that. Well, it does if you want to get real technical, but.
I'm glad when you're.
Because it's just like 0.1.
But that's what you do. That's what you're so good at, among many things. There's Faw. There's the response. Trying to keep the now very faint hopes alive late in the match.
Went back to the other ball on that right lane, finally struck.
Next Sunday, 5 Eastern, FS1. Major number 2 from Indy, US Open. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for the conclusion of tonight's as well. There's double wood. 3-9 for the lefty.
Pushed just a little bit too long down that left lane, and Arturo Quintero is starting to realize that he's getting closer and closer to advancing and taking on Jason Belmonte in the next match.
Graham, 3-time member of Team Canada after a great collegiate career at Urbana University, we told you about, in Ohio. All-American there, covers the double wood. Spare the game. Brought to you by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate, believe you will. Nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the hardest conversion for players at this level, but you have to be careful with it. And, you know, the key is just to cover both pins with the bowling ball and, like, maybe just moving a couple left off of his strike ball and thrown at that same target. The ball will actually cross over almost like going Brooklyn.
Quintero looks for the 5-bagger. Whoa, crossing over. Speaking of Brooklyn.
Well, looked like he grabbed a mittful on that one. That ball never got far enough to the right and crosses over for maybe the biggest Brooklyn of his life.
Next stop, Brownsburg. This match is over. We do have a PAP six-pack alert right now. Looking for
Wait, what do we have?
in a row.
What do we have?
PAP six-pack alert, partner. If Arturo strikes here, wins $1,000, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please remember to drink responsibly.
You heard him say vamos. That means let's go.
How about it, Arturo? Oh, man. Goodness gracious, 10-pin stands.
Yeah, I was looking so forward to a PBR six-pack.
We'll add $500 to the pot for the next Pabst Blue Ribbon six-pack alert. And if we have it, it's awesome, because it means we're getting some great bowling.
Yep.
Arturo, most importantly for him right now, is through to take on Belmo in match number 3.
The return of Belmonte.
Oh, he has been outstanding here in Euless, regional champ. Bowled well in the 3-game total pinfall seeding round as well here last night. So many years away from the sport. 8 years not active on the PBA Tour. The calling was to return to bowling. Provided so well for his family with his restaurant business. Was into beach club restaurant scenes in Mexico. Did extremely well, but he missed bowling, missed the competition. Missed moments like this. Family is here. Splits time between Mexico and here in the Dallas area. And they are excited because Arturo is through to the next round to take on this guy. The two-hander from down under. Belmo is back, bidding for his 14th career major to extend on his own record. Great bowling for Arturo Quintero, 248-204 win over Graham Faw. Advancing to match number 3 to take on the number 2 seed, 6-time PBA Player of the Year, Jason Belmonte. Last, the number 1 seed. Just one match to try to win his 3rd career major and first in 10 years. Packed house tonight here in Euless. The crowd was lined up more than an hour and a half before the show tonight, trying to see these great bowlers in action. Belmo joined lane level by Kimberly.
Dave, so Jason, we talked about it. Last year was a very un-Belmo-like year for you. But lately, I have seen you more focused and rededicated than I think that I have ever seen you. How did you get to this place?
Honestly, it was not being here. You know, watching the boys bowl from Oz, it really made me annoyed. I wanted to be there so badly. So obviously, I really enjoyed my time at home, but I also utilized that to get as sharp as I could. And when I turned up to Los Angeles, it was as motivated as I've ever been since my rookie season. So I'm hoping for a great day today. I'm hoping for a great season. But yeah, ultimately, today's more important than anything. I've just got to focus on what I'm doing.
Well, I know this crowd is super excited to have you back, and I also know that you have another practice shot to go, so we're going to let you get back at that.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you, Kimberly.
Pete, thanks. Oz, as in Australia.
Why do they?
11 months he was off.
Why do they call it Oz?
Just short for Australia. Australia, Oz.
Oh.
This is a practice shot. And then we'll get ready for the match. Belmo, Quintero, head-to-head. Going for number 14. Legendary Earl Anthony, PDW, 10 each. Mike Albee, Walter Ray Williams Jr., and there's Stormin Norman.
It's quite the list.
What a list, man. 25 titles.
Ready? Thank you.
Arturo's starting,
I want a first re-rack, please.
which means Belmonte's going to finish the match on the left lane.
Yes, please.
He's already taken a re-rack here, Randy. Interesting.
Yeah.
First of 2 before the match even starts.
It's like taking a timeout in the first quarter.
Right.
sorry.
Why do that?
They don't like the rack. Plain and simple. That's the only reason you take it that early.
Interesting. Better spot of the pins. After a tremendous match, 8 of 11. Striking for Arturo. His layoff a lot longer than Belmo's. Some 8 years off the national tour. But he is back with a vengeance. High shot, 3-6-10.
Okay.
All right, the key to the 3-6-10 is cross lane, cover all 3 pins of the bowling ball. Interchangeable thumb, going from one ball to the next.
Lots of experience internationally. Great players from Team Mexico. Been in big moments before. Now dealing with the transition. Little tap on the 10, down it goes. Well done. Last thing you want is an early open against Belmo.
Your number 2 seed rolls out of Orange 10-pin bowl in Orange, New South Wales, Australia. The 2011 and 2017 Players Champion, PBA West Region Champion, Jason Belmonte.
And Belmonte, the only player in the championship that had to climb the entire ladder. He did so by averaging 254 for the 4 games, and the finale was beating Jacob Buttripp, 257, 194.
We called that in Vegas. Family was there. The kids have grown up quite a bit since then. They've added another member of their beautiful family.
Belmonte going pitch black on the right lane, and we'll have to wait and see what he does on the left lane.
Go! Right there, the 1-3 pocket. Crunch, go the pins.
Now, the style that so many youngsters are emulating these days, the two-handed style of Jason Belmonte. And he's going with Spector on the left lane.
West Region, final on Monday. Big numbers for Belmo. Here's the left lane. 10-pin. Oh. The world does that not fall? The physics of it.
Obviously, that 10-pin hasn't realized yet who's throwing that bowling ball.
Doesn't the 10-pin know? Shouldn't it know by now?
You know, that's part of the reason why you have all that power, so that doesn't happen. It's so when it does happen, it's kind of a phenomenon.
Belmo telling us it was pretty rough in Australia. It still is with COVID, 2+ years, very strict.
Okay.
It's better now, though.
Tight restrictions, getting better. That's the good news. Finally able to leave and get out and compete again on the national tour. As he told Kimberly earlier tonight, he was just kind of mad after a while. Watching other bowlers compete on the national tour, couldn't do it.
It's no different than any other athlete being injured and watching from the sidelines, right?
Frustrated. Frustrated. Quintero, right lane. Looking good.
I remember his last shot on that lane with Brooklyn. I was real curious to see what was going to happen. And that one he gave it a little more room to the right, and it peels back nicely for that light mixer. Watch this, and this great pin action. Look at that.
He told us this week when he was younger, international events for Mexico, he was
traveling London to Spain to Brussels to Munich, and he said, I wanted to retire at that point. I was burned out. Too much. So he left bowling full time. Very successful, as we talked about, in the business world in Mexico. But the passion was always there. He's back now. It's quite a story. Looking good here tonight.
Yeah, so the longer pattern, you have to go a little bit straighter on it. But he's still playing deeper than any of the other players that we've seen tonight on that left lane.
Belmo tries to respond. Right lane. Oh, right in 10 pin. Good shot. Good shot.
Well, this isn't going to get it done. Back-to-back 10 pins for Belmonte. It's not what you want to see in a one-game match. Six-time player of the year. That's that's pretty good.
How about that? Last time was 2020 when he wrapped it up at South Point, which you saw a few moments ago with his 13th major. Could number 14 come tonight for Belmo? Going to find out. But right now in an 11-pin hole against Quintero, still early stages. But those corner pins, Randy, you're right, can't win if you don't knock them down.
There you go. I mean, you know, he's made 4 really nice shots. He's got to keep some kind of pressure on Quintero and not let him get comfortable. Just carving wood like Geppetto.
Okay.
It's another good Randyism. You got so many. So many.
I need some new material.
Fourth friend go by 21. Looks for the turkey. 10 pin.
Wait a minute. Oh, nope, not going to be enough.
Not enough.
All right, and like I said before, every shot makes somebody happy. And right now that person would be Belmonte. And just a little nudge on the 10, but just not enough to kick it out of there. Kind of reminiscent of Belmo's first 10 pin.
Boy, you're right about that, partner. Very similar. Now the single pin spare. Different spare balls we've seen. There's a 10 pin, there's the mark. Talked about some pressure situations. 31st in the 2021 U.S. Open. As he told us this week, he was 17 years old the first time he bowled for a car. That's right, a car. 4 times in his career he's won a car bowling. Pretty impressive. Not sure if he has all 4 cars still, but it's pretty cool. Right lane machine issue that has been rectified, and here we go. Close match. Climbing the ladder here to see who takes on the top seed, Sean Rash, for the championship. Quintero, yeah.
Boy, he's dialed in on that lane.
This is fun to watch, partner. I mean, these are two great international bowlers going head-to-head here with so much at stake. Belmo looks for his third strike of the match.
This would make it all even.
Can get tied in the fifth. Yeah. Beer frame sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Grabs a Pabst today, and please drink responsibly. Perfection for Belmo.
Belmo's first 5 shots of this match, he's within 1 inch of his target for 5 straight shots.
Extraordinary accuracy. Clearly he's back. Clearly he's back.
He's like, hey, turn the base off. Trying to get me a 3-bagger here.
It's good news for Belmo. It's bad news for the rest of the national tour. To take the lead. That misses the mark.
Come on, Jason.
2-pin.
Yeah, well, the jinx of the announcer, he got it wide right, and fortunate just to leave a 2-pin. Had the 2-8-10 standing for just a sec.
No Belmo on his time off. Better diet. Hit the gym twice a day. Back home in Australia, getting himself ready for moments like this. And we've got a tremendous finish ready here tonight.
Arturo Quintero, he's going to say something before the end of this game. He's going to let Jason Belmonte, he's not going anywhere.
Major title and a part of PBA Tour history. Close match. Quintero starts the second half. On the right lane.
Push, 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 push. Oh, it did. That was in English. Push, push, push.
Up 11 here, 7th frame now, works on a strike for a 21-pin lead. Can he knock off Belmo and end Belmonte's dreams of another major? Arturo has never won a PBA Tour title. What's going through his mind right now?
Hopefully not much for his sake.
Left lane, big shot. Oh, no.
Same hit as Belmonte's, except he leaves the 8 and the 10 with the 2-pin.
2, 8, 10. Very difficult conversion coming up here. Potential game changer. Let's see. Almost never converted, even at this level. And that remains the same. 10-pin up, open frame. Opportunity knocking now for Belmo. On the bench, up 4 pins to his 7th frame, works on a spare.
Just like that, it could have been 21 for Quintero. And now Belmonte up by 4. Right? Did I say that right? Was it 21 before that shot? Thank you for the verification.
Oh. 10 saw down late.
Yeah, when you start getting up in the 500s, that's when you know your ball's getting down to the pins with some business.
across the deck. Huge, huge shot for Belmo.
This is one of the most violent messengers I've ever seen.
Satisfying moment of the match brought to you by Snickers. Nothing satisfies like a Snickers. Man, look at that thing move. Even in slow motion, RP, it's cooking.
I mean, that messenger would have made Chuck Norris jealous.
Another game changer. All right, Quintero has got to respond now in the 8th. Coming off the open frame, right lane, no room for error now. That's a nice response. Perfect shot, 1-3 pocket.
Yeah, now this is the big one coming up here for Arturo in the 9th. And to have any chance, I think he has to strike on this ball. Remember the last time up, 2-8-10? So what's going through that player's mind when he steps back up on that lane? He went light. The last shot, is it an adjustment? Did I just throw it poorly? According to Strike Track, it didn't look that bad. But yet he comes away with an open frame. There's the max scores right there. I'm just going to draw on it real quick, folks. Right there, your max scores.
Enormous shot, foundation frame. Quintero comes through. Big strike.
Yeah, it really was. It still gives him hope.
Got to be so stressful for the family to
now,
watch that.
Here's the scenario. If Belmonte doesn't strike on this ball, Quintero can strike out and beat him.
So this is huge. He wants another major. That's how you get it. That's what you do. Belmo strikes in the 9th.
Well, looks like strike in 9, and it's all she wrote, and he'll take on Sean Rash to try to win his 14th title. Talk about aces right here, buddy.
What a shot. What a shot. 25 career PBA Tour titles. Tied with BV, Brian Voss, for 10th all-time. Of course, Walter A. Williams Jr., the all-time leader with 47. Looks for the knockout punch. Boom!
How about an uppercut?
Wow! Down goes Quintero.
Well, not so fast, my friend.
It was a boxing reference. It was a whole.
Oh, okay.
Cosell.
Oh, you can see. I think he just got rocked, like with an overhand right.
He's at the ropes now.
Yeah, he got hit with an overhand right. He's reeling, and now he needs 9 pins on this ball. If he gets 8 or 7, he has to convert the spare. Actually, no. If he gets 8, he would just need 1 of the 2 to win by 1. How about you?
Boom, baby. Boom. Another strike for Belmo. We have a PAP 6-pack alert. Belmo strikes here. He wins $1,500. Sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Please remember to drink responsibly. It's for half a dozen.
Hey, Belmo, we're thirsty.
How about a Belmo? Yeah!
Crack open that 6-pack, baby!
Crack it open. Belmo does it. A fight from Quintero. But he's won the match. Who's next? Who's next? His arch rival, Sean Rash, who's been through so much in the last week. On and off the lanes.
And folks,
extraordinary headline.
Sorry, Dave. And folks, make no mistake about it. Those two do not like each other.
Whoa!
What a showing for Quintero.
Yeah, great showing for him.
His first ever PBA Tour title. In the comeback, that's all the way to match 3. But Belmo, too much. Works with his tour reps. Jim Callahan, Sean Ryan. Now Sean Rash is next. Oh, man. Randy, oh, man, what a matchup we got here. 1 versus 2. Rash, Belmo on the way.
13 majors. He's won the Players' Championship twice. He goes for number 3. And Randy, the scene is set, my friend. What could be better?
Yeah, I think this is the matchup everybody was hoping for, and they got it. This should be a lot of fun.
It's a rivalry. You talked about it just before the break. Goes back to 2011.
Go through it.
Take out your bottle. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's have some fun.
Critical, yeah.
Some never forget.
The bottle comment that goes way back. So,
yeah, that's how it started.
How
between these
intense
two.
is this rivalry?
I mean, it's still smoldering, but it was at one time it was a full-blown brush fire. Yeah, but it's still smoldering.
Sean's been through so much over the last week, on and off the lanes. His daughter had a health emergency. Thankfully, she's okay. Sean's okay, too. All going for that trophy, going for the big money, $100,000 and a place in PBA Tour history. A major championship is on the line next. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Good sportsmanship. 2 intense rivals do shake hands just before our championship match.
The number 1 seed rolling out of Parkside Lanes in Aurora, Illinois, PBA Midwest Region Champion, Sean Rash.
Well, his last major came 10 years ago, but his match against Russo came down to the 10th frame. Rash was actually trailing by 13 going into the 9th and 10th, and Russo went back-to-back 5-count splits. But here you see him winning his last major. The Tournament of Champions 2012 winner, but it's been a while.
10-year wait potentially ends tonight.
I was talking with E.J. Tackett as we take a look at Sean Rash's arsenal. I was talking to E.J. Tackett, and I said, you know, it's been 10 years for Sean, or since Sean's last major win. And EJ looked at me and says, well, it's been 5 for me. And I said, yeah, that's way shorter. Using a Spectre on the left lane is Sean Rash.
The heavyweight matchup of our top 2 seeds is underway. Yeah! Oh, the leg tap on number 4. Down it goes.
I mean, I know it's early, but are the stars aligned for Sean Rash? Look at this slow roller.
Just enough to get it. Remember that shot. Hey, remember that shot.
Belmonte staying with the urethane ball on the right lane.
9 strikes. Gets win over Quintero. Belmo's championship match starts with a ring in 10 pin. Good shot. Good shot.
Well, that's what slowed him down in his first match with Arturo, if you want to call it that. I mean, he did leave back-to-back 10-pin second and third frame.
Best finished last year, 3rd place TOC for Belmo. Missed much of last season back home in Australia. He's back now. And Randy, let's match these 2 stars up. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, both future Hall of Famers, and you can see the ages just a year apart. Pros, years as a pro, Sean's got a couple years on Belmonte, but that number right there, along with the 13 majors, the major part unmatched in the history of the sport. Ball change on the left lane for Belmonte.
Go.
Ooh.
Flirting with danger, almost at a 7-10 there.
He just switched to a trend 2 on that lane. I mean, just so violent. It's like a mosh pit in the back of the lane.
Lots of action there. Belmont 4-2 head-to-head with Rash on TV. They have not met since the 2017 PBA Tour Finals. We called you and I in Orlando, won by E.J. Tackett.
It's been that long?
Been that long.
That's crazy. Wow. All right.
Belmont won that one, 255-221.
Rash on the right lane, Rubicon UC3, and we've seen that all night with players using 2 different bowling balls because of the 2 different patterns. Was that me?
No.
He didn't look at me?
He has in the past, but I don't think so.
But that time he didn't? Okay, good.
Usually he'll actually say it.
Good, yeah, he'll say something like, I hear you, Randy.
Oh, good shot, ringing 10-pin. Sean told us this week he doesn't come out to tournaments to lose. We asked him, why are you going to win this one?
Oops. That big high backswing in the cup at the top. Signature moves of Sean Rash. And he too leaves a 10-pin on the right lane.
Always displaying the ultimate in confidence.
Well, he's a good player. You don't get to the Hall of Fame by not being a good player. He's a good player. I mean, I was talking with Dino Castillo earlier this evening, and he said, you know, Sean may have one of the best touches on tour.
Wow.
And what that means, folks, is that means the ball out of his hand at release. That's touch. Oh, boy.
Oh, third frame treble there for Sean Rash. Two, 4-10.
So he's going to try to cut the 2-pin over into the 10-pin.
Another 20%. This conversion, no. And an open frame opens the door for Belmo in the early going. Takes a 14-pin lead on the bench. Heading into his third frame, works on a spare. He told us during the regional final win, he threw just a couple bad shots the entire day, maybe 5 total. And stepladder victory to get to this show. 4-pin, just enough to trip it out.
Yeah, that was an unusual trip forward. It's like the back end of whatever pin that was nudged the 4-pin down. All right, Tom Clark on your left wearing the raspberry beret. He's the CEO, or excuse me, the commissioner of the PBA Tour. Corey Dykstra, CEO of Brunswick Bowling Products, and Mr. Bill Chrisman, CEO and owner of Storm Products.
Trying for his third. And more history for the great player from Australia. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He's rocking that 1-3 pocket now, RP.
So Sean Rash opens in the third, and it's just like throwing blood in the water.
Shark attack.
Yeah, just aces this one for back-to-back strikes and a 24-pin lead.
All right, now it's up to Rash to bounce back. Going right at that 1-3 pocket. Now 10-pin stands.
Not a good sign. Back-to-back 10 pins for Sean. He's coming in fresh. He's the one that has the nerves. Belmonte's got a game under his belt. He's the one that's comfortable.
Sean gave his dad Gene a happy birthday present with his regional championship. is here. Mom is here as well. Nice chat with him before the show. I was rooting him on with the Wichita State colors. Here's Sean, left lane. Okay.
Wow.
7-10, just about the 7-10 split.
Avoids disaster. Look at that.
If that happens, I mean, I know it's still relatively early. That would be just a huge hole to try to climb out of. There's a 10 pin. So, see it. Re-rack stat. You see it. Belmo's thinking about a 4-bagger here and a commanding 45-pin lead into the 6th frame. A big shot, Jason Belmonte. Oh, no. Okay. That changes things a bit.
That changes things a lot. He looked
6-10.
Yeah, he looked kind of hesitant after he let go of it. Inside a target. And just enough to cut right through the heart.
Big game changer. 4-pin stands, open frame. We got a new match here.
You get one, and that was it.
Well, it's still 20 in terms of his lead, but Rash can cut it to 10 with 2 strikes right here.
Could have been 45.
I don't know if that was a pin that dropped or what, but I'm over.
Rash already 3 10-pins through 5 frames. Wow, it did. He said, man, that's got to hook a lot, and boy, did it.
What do you think? Trust your gut, Sean.
17 titles, 2 majors, but it's been a while.
And a ball change on the left lane for Rash.
Let's see if that pays off the RP. He said, trust your gut. Let's see. Oh.
Oh, Sean, you had a chance. Just a tad hard.
2-4-10.
Well, that was a tad hard. It was right.
Just can't throw it that hard. Well, it's fair. Never know.
Another 2-4-10 for Rash. Left one in the 3rd.
Maybe. Oh, so close. Kicking across deck for the 10. But it doesn't make contact. Open frame helps Belmo immensely.
Just got a little too much of the 2-pin. Back and forth, man. This is crazy.
Seven and 2 for each. Open frames for each. Now Belmo trying to respond right lane. 7-pin.
Looked like he moved in a little bit on that right lane, and with that urethane ball at that speed, 19 miles an hour, it had trouble coming up the hill. Yeah, good cover.
What I won in title matches. We'll talk about the 4-2 record on TV head-to-head with Sean Rash. 32-pin lead is formidable, but is not final. There's still some room for a comeback for Rash here. Left lane, wants it. Oh, high shot.
In again.
What's going on there? 369.
Well, maybe his brain's telling his body not to throw it to the right because it may not get back, but I can't see that happening with Jason Belmonte. So just 2 pulls in a row on that left lane. And he's left himself with a little tricky conversion here, the 369. And the problem is that back pin.
Try to cover. Does so beautifully.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Clutch spare there for Belmo. Now to the 8th frame. Trash talking for these arch rivals. It's been all business here tonight, which you'd expect. That's a major championship match. Rash needs it. Gets it.
All right, real good shot here by Rash. And his max score right now, 202. If he strikes out, Belmonte's going at a 201 pace. Anybody's ball game with 2 frames to go. Big shot here for Rash.
Foundation frame, really needs this strike, gets it. It's not over yet.
Well, could have done that last frame, would have been better. Oh well.
Belmonte strike in the 9th, strike in the 10th. He wins his 14th major championship.
Right lane, yes! Trip 10, 1 step closer for Belmo.
If Belmonte does not strike on this next ball, Rash can strike out and win.
So it comes down to this.
For Belmonte, he can lock it up right here. He's going to take a re-rack on that left lane. His last few shots on the left lane have looked like this. 7 through the nose. 7 through the nose. 1 strike in the 4th frame. This game, he has 1 strike on the left lane.
A strike in 6 for another major.
He just made a ball change for the 10th frame.
Wow. Belmo has got a strike. He's 6 pins away from another major championship. Solves the left lane with a ball change.
Ball change? In the 10th? Is that correct?
Incredible.
Are you kidding me?
Incredible. He's used his rear racks. All he has to do is keep it on the lane here for another piece of history.
Do I just need
He's making sure what the number is he needs.
Yeah, I think I just need count.
I think he needs at least 6.
To wrap it up, he'll get 9. He's got the win. Belmo adds to his legacy. Yes! The great Jason Belmonte has done it again. His 14th career major extends the record. He wins the 2022 PBA Players Championship.
Well, that's kind of a great way to kick off the new year and our first telecast.
Yes! I'm back!
Good ball, mate.
It's official. Belmo is back. With a ball change, Randy.
First ball in the 10th right here.
Oh, man. I mean, huge. It's what champions do. 26th career title. 14th career major. Extending his own PBA Tour record. Incredible.
I think it's safe to say that you should never count him out, and you should never doubt him.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't.
Now tie with the great Don Johnson.
yourself a
Ninth
second.
all-time, 26 career
Smashing a
PBA
few
Tour
of these
titles. 14 majors update the number. For Belmo, he's done it again, Randy. He's done it again.
See, there's the finish by Rash. If he doesn't strike on that ball, Rash wins by 1. But a great week by Sean Rash. He hung in there, a couple of 2-4-10s that cost him dearly. But Belmonte's a major champion once again.
A major champion once again, but before we get into talking to Jason, Tom Clark, commissioner of the PBA, I think you have something to give him.
Thanks, Kimberly. Belmo, I guess you're back. 14th major championship. On behalf of the PBA, the 2022 PBA Players Championship presented by Snickers. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Congratulations, Jason. Impressive performance today. Can we talk about the fact that at the start of your first match, you said, when I was sitting back home, I got annoyed watching everybody else play. You came out here and showed why all of these people call you the GOAT. What was happening out there? Because you kind of made it look easy.
It was far from easy. That was probably one of my more nervous TV shows. The match against Altura, I needed to get out of the blocks well, and I kind of came back in the middle there, and he gave me an opening, and I was able to take advantage of it. And then that last match, I think both Sean and I didn't really love that left lane, and I had to finish on it. So I knew coming into the 10th, just to give myself just one shot. You know, I didn't want to have to throw 2. So I made the best shot I possibly could to set it up. And, you know, just another ball change in the 10th to just see something that I hoped would work, and I threw it really well.
That was a pretty gutsy move to do that ball change. Why did you decide to do it then?
Yeah, I mean, I was going in between moving with the trend too, because I felt like if I just jump left with it, it's probably going to be okay. But at the same time, you're going into the unknown. I'd thrown the Spectre earlier. It looked okay. I kind of looked over my tour reps and said, what do you think? Do you think we should change? Got the nod. So I'm like, all right, well, they confirmed it. And then it was just about me hitting my target, and I did that as best I could.
Thoughts moving ahead to the U.S. Open next week?
I'm going to have a really good sleep tonight. Tonight's going to be a comfortable sleep. And then I'm going to go and try and win the U.S. Open again. That's what I'm here to do. I'm ready to just bowl and bowl and bowl. So just keep lining the tournaments up, and I want to keep bowling them.
Congratulations on your 14th major championship.
A third PBA Players Championship for the great Jason Belmonte.
Thank you, Bill Chrisman, Dave Sims, Barbara Chrisman. Thank you to Vice. Thank you to Coolwick. Thank you to 3J.
A reminder, tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern, right here from Bolero Euless, PBA Junior Finals.
Thank you to everyone here in Euless.
Next Sunday, February 6th, live on FS1. You heard Belmo talk about it, 5 Eastern. Head to Woodland Bowl, Indy. Once again, present the coveted green jacket, second major of 2022, the U.S. Open. Now for Randy Peterson, Kimberly Presley, and the entire crew. It's Dave Ryan saying so long from the Dallas Metroplex. You've been watching the PBA on FS1. What a night for Jason Belmonte. He's done it again.